tomorrow, Batwoman Season 2 is finally here. And I, for one, am very, very excited for this show to return. Batwoman Writers Room says, "Oh my God, it's almost Sunday." Hashtag Batwoman, like anyone's using that. Nobody cares about this show. I can't wait for this show to come back because it's going to be fun to review it because it's an awful show. And then, of course, videos on the ratings will be fun. That's where the real gold is. And as I've predicted, and I'll say it again, I would say the first 2 episodes will probably have pretty high viewership. In fact, I'd say the first episode is going to have really high viewership because people are going to tune in because they're curious. And then they're going to realize that everyone in the writer's room never changed with the star of the show. The producers never changed. The writers never changed. Nothing behind the camera changed. Just the lead actress. And that first season was shit. It was a mess. It was a terrible show. So my confidence in the same people being able to put something better together just isn't there. The show was always a train wreck. It's season 2 is a train wreck. And that's already kind of being confirmed now by some early reviews. So Variety says, Batwoman welcomes a new hero to Gotham in scattered, cluttered introduction TV review. While passing the torch from Ruby Rose to Javika Leslie, the CW show has too much other ground to cover. They basically say it's a mess. They watched, I think, the first 2 episodes or something, first 3, and they basically say the show's the mess. The writing is terrible. The show is a cluttered mess. They're trying to juggle all kinds of stuff, and they can't do it. And it's not just Variety that's panning the show. We have another one right here from CNN, who also, I guess, reviews shows. I would never go here unless it was for Batwoman. Batwoman gets a new lead, but season 2 looks like the same flawed show. I'm really surprised to see any negative press for this show. I really am, because, well, the show runs on woke. In season 1 ran on woke, okay? There was a lot of that stuff in the first season. So this show running on it as well, that's not a surprise. In fact, they're doubling down on that. They're big time doubling down on it, actually. They've come out and basically said, like, her background is going to be the main focus of the show and stuff. And it's like, well, okay, well, that didn't work out very well for you last time. I really don't think it's going to work out very well for you this time. But it is funny to see actual bad press for this show because it didn't get much bad press last season. So I'm surprised they're doing it now because, like I said, they don't really give a shit if the show's good or not. It's all about the message that it pushes. So anyway, listen to this. After first season, they never quite got off the ground creatively. Batwoman announced that original star Ruby Rose would be leaving, but that the series would still be hanging around without her, which is funny. I like that they admit right there at the beginning of the article that the show never got off the ground. The show was a mess. And in all rights, it should have been canceled. But CW had its head so far up its own ass with how woke the damn show was and the positive feedback that the media gave, all of its stunning and brave ideas that it did at the start, that they thought it would be a good idea to renew the show for an entire new season, 3 or 4 episodes in. They're like, great news, runaway hit Batwoman gets a season 2, which was hilarious. Because my whole thing was at that point, well, how low can the ratings go? And damn, did they get low. They got really low. It was funny to watch it. It's almost like watching Limbo with ratings. Or, what is that? Is that the name of the game, Limbo, where you go into the bar and you're you lower it every time and you try to go under it without breaking, knocking the bar down or whatever? That's kind of like what the ratings game for Batwoman was. So they got really low, and I'm like, there's no way they're going to keep going on. And they doubled down. Ruby Rose left, and we're bringing her aboard. We got a new stunning and brave Batwoman. And then they brought the show back, which I was surprised. I was even more surprised that they gave the first season 24 episodes. They ordered 24 episodes of the first season. That was funny. I remember thinking, every week there was Batwoman news. It's when does this end? Seriously, it became a running joke how bad it was and how long that series went on. But anyway, listen to this. I was really surprised that they brought this up in the CNN article. And I got to give them credit for pointing this out because most don't care. Listen to this. Still, becoming Batwoman really out to be more than the outfit. Inasmuch as the big guy himself underwent rigorous preparation before taking his vigilante act to the Gotham streets. They point out that she basically is rushed through training because Batman went through a ton of training. He didn't become Batman for a long time. He basically wandered the world, and even the way they explained it in Batman Begins is kind of close, but he didn't just go train with he trained with a bunch of martial artists first off in the comics. And he also went and learned detective skills and all kinds of, he worked with a tracker, all kinds of stuff. It took a long time for him to become Batman, to get the skills to become Batman. But all of a sudden, you've got this newcomer that lives in a van with her plant. That's a cornerstone of the character. They're very proud of that plant that she talks to. It's like she talks to that ball, that guy Tom Hanks from that movie Castaway, how he talks to that Wilson ball. She has a plant she talks to. It's like her dog or something. This is the genius of Batwoman's writer room. We'll give her a plant. It's so stupid. But they point out, she just jumps on board and they basically rush her through rigorous training to become a vigilante. And that seems to be something that the other outlet kind of touched on, but didn't as well as the CNN article. So I was surprised to see that's a good point. You're basically rushing her to, Batman status, and it just is kind of a turnoff. Now, of course, there are some shills coming in. As you can see, at 6 ratings, it's at 83%. So it's almost fresh when it's really anything. It's a rotten show. Of course, here's the list. We got old Grace Randolph praising it. Of course, not a big surprise there. And a few other people. So I'm expecting this to rise to almost 100%. I'm shocked that there's even any bad press for it at all, to be honest. This will get close to 100% because the media is a bunch of shills, and this represents a lot of woke values. So I highly expect them to call this the greatest, bestest show in the world, but real people will figure out that it's trash. I expect the user score to be pretty damn low for this show. And I also expect them to renew it for a 3rd season. I'm going to make that prediction right now. A 3rd season of Batwoman is coming 100%. So we're going to get to see how bad this show gets viewed, because this show, unlike a lot of other shows that stream, gets aired on television. So we're going to be able to make fun of the ratings for about 2 or maybe even 3 years on this show. So I can't wait. This is great, fun content to talk about. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Are you excited for all the content that Batwoman's going to bring you? Do you like Batwoman? Is this one of your favorite shows? Is this the greatest show ever? Does it seriously just make you percolate when it comes on the air? Let me know. Tell me about it. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.